What is life trying to show you? As we think our way through life, we experience what we experience because of our expectations. We have set the parameters for what we can actually meet with and how we experience it. The mind is like, a dictator. It keeps us in the known, in the safe. And therefore, as we live through the heart, we tend to live the same day over and over. We have the same habits because we have the same beliefs, and because we have the same frequency, we keep attracting similar beliefs, similar experiences. And so the cycle continues. Our belief actually stems from our state of being, from our frequency. And from that core frequency that we're in, perhaps because of our thoughts, or perhaps because we've just woken up from a meditation. In either instance, they would be very different. If we are in a high frequency, a high state of being, what we experience is going to be very different than what we experience if we're in the usual thought pattern. If we wake up and we're tired and we are a little bit grumpy, or we're a little bit fearful about something that we're expecting to happen, and it's where a lot of us live. Most of us do think our way through life. Everything is dialogued in the mind, and it's on constant replay. But if we dared to open our heart and to live not in the mind, but in the heart, then the heart, as it expresses its natural frequency of unconditional love, and I mean unconditional love. Most love that humans experience is conditional because it's through the mind, it's dialogued. But when we're in the heart, in the open heart, in presence, when the heart is actually directing our state of being, then our level of thought or feeling is going to be completely different. And what we experience is going to be completely different. When we experience our world through an open heart, we are free of expectation, and therefore we are free of limitation. We see things as they actually are and not as we expect them to be. Now, how many perceptions are there about a single flower? Every single person that looks at the same flower is going to have a different experience, because they've all got a different expectation or mental understanding of that flower. Now, if we can experience it without the mental, but with the open heart of love, and experience it in its realness, then we get to experience in the natural state. And as we experience our world through this open-hearted space, we meet with everything in wholeness. And I can tell you, it's absolutely delicious. Even just meeting with a tree with an open heart, with no expectation, no labels, no descriptions, no mental dialogue. You get to become one with the frequency of that tree. And the knowing that comes through, it brings tears to my eyes. The same as with a stone. Have you ever just sat with a stone? Got completely out of the mind and become one with it? What if just for the next few minutes or the next hour, you just decided and made that really definite choice that you were going to experience through the heart? How could your life change? Living through the heart is living in alignment with so-called miracles. And miracles aren't miracles because when we live through the heart, we're meeting with the same world, but through a different frequency, a different dimension, if you want to call it that. I know some people speak of dimensions, but every single frequency has its own dimension. But living through the heart is the dimension of wholeness and abundance and love. I believe it's heaven on earth. So what have you got to lose? Why not try it? For as long as you can. And if you lose it, so what? Don't judge yourself. Try again. Make the intention for the next 5 minutes, I'm going to live through the heart. I'm going to keep my heart open. I'm going to hold that awareness on the presence of who I am, of life itself. And I'm going to be with whatever comes my way. And remember, absolutely no judgment. Judgment tells you you're back in separation and in the mind. So be love. Have an absolutely gorgeous day. Big hugs.